Welcome to Sister Sessions, a podcast where two sisters on very different journeys explore what it means to live spiritually in today's world. My sister, Jenny Fairbank, is the co-founder and spiritual director of Wisdom Pathways, a yoga and meditation teacher, and a somatic healer devoted to guiding others toward inner peace. And I'm Susie Gustin, a mom of three, producer and owner of Red City Live Entertainment, embracing life's joys while searching for deeper meaning. Together, we have honest, relatable conversations about finding balance, purpose, and connection in everyday life. So settle in. You are exactly where you need to be. Welcome to Sister Sessions. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Season 2 finale of the Sister Sessions podcast. I am Susie Gustin, and I am here with my sister and co-host as we celebrate Jenny Fairbank.
Hello.
Hello. Look at us here in Season 2 finale.
We did it. Cheers.
We did it. And you know what we should do today?
What?
We should talk about it.
We should.
Let's talk about it. Oh my gosh, we've had so many awesome guests.
We have.
Let's go through the list here. We
Okay.
have had Evan Britton.
Yes. NFL football player, co-host, writer, or podcast host, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I mean, he was our first guest.
Yeah.
That was a really fun conversation because I remember I was so nervous because it was the first time we were having a guest, and I was like, I think that my paper might have been shaking a little bit. Even when and now I'm just like, hey, but like with him, I was like a little bit nervous. Yeah. And then it just slowly started to dissipate as guests started more regularly showing up.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Anything that you start, any new endeavor anyone starts that's outside of the comfort zone, it creates a little bit of that nervous energy, which is just a matter of like pushing those boundaries a little bit of like, oh, I'm going to grow. This is uncomfortable. This doesn't feel so easy.
Yeah.
Great.
You know what? I would love to talk a little bit more about that. Let's hold on to that thought. Okay. Because I think I'm going through that right now.
Oh,
a little bit of growth and fear and new endeavor and all that. I'd love to talk about that right here.
Let's do it.
Open book. Okay. So we've had Joe King, the very adorable and funny Joe King. We giggled a lot on that one.
Yes, that was fun.
And his stories. I mean, he's got the glam life and all that stuff mixed into everything. And he talked about how he can keep himself so grounded, even despite all of that outside, the big stuff, the entertainment and the glitz and the glam. He's still able to keep himself. I liked his rituals. He had some kind of backstage ritual. I think he said he sages his dressing room.
Yeah, smudging. Yeah, and that's so powerful because this, as we know, this podcast is about kind of that everyday meets the divine and how you bring in spiritual practices and stay grounded in your life, even when you might have a very big external life. Yeah. Even if you don't have a very big external life, but certain people have that really out there far reach. I feel need even more of that grounding to balance it out because it's so external, and then not just letting that take over and it's your whole world versus like, okay, bring it down, find balance, find your center and your peace and work from there. That's power.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had Asha Nayaswamy. We had Asha Nayaswamy. What a blessing.
Yeah. She is, as you know, one of my absolute foremost teachers. And I just feel so blessed to know her and to be able that she came on here and that she was able to share some of her wisdom. And I hope you all are following her because she is big in Instagram and she has so very many
Yeah.
book studies and teachings. And I mean, it is all incredible and based on the yogic philosophy and teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, which is all talking about truth, and to be able to have her on and share was the highlight for me 1,000%. Yeah. And a little fact that she named my Jeep Wrangler.
That is so cute. Do you want to just tell that quick story? Because it's so cute. Like she's so she's so personable to people, like she is so like when she's talking to you, she's talking to you and she's listening to you. And that is a quality that I love. It makes you just feel so warm
Yeah.
when you know that someone's actually they're listening to you.
Mhm.
I love it. So tell that story.
Yes. Well, this just happened this year. We have here in Nevada City Spiritual Renewal Week every year at Ananda Worldwide, whom she is a Nayaswami of that order. And I saw her, of course, and there was many, many people there. And one day I was driving my little yellow Jeep through the Ananda village, and I saw her walking, and I stopped and I said, "Hey, do you want to ride? Where are you going?" And it's a massive property. And she
Also,
said, "Well,
I'm picturing her hopping into this cool yellow Jeep.
it's
Like,
really
that's
amazing."
so cute.
I had a couple people in the car with me, and she said, "I'm going this way," pointed to this way. And she said, "Where are you going?" And I was going the other way. I said, "No, no, come in. I'll take you where you're going." So she gets in the little yellow Jeep in the front, and we're driving, and then I took her to the place where she was staying. And she said, come on in. I want to show you this house. It's such a cool house, how they built it." So we go in and we're chatting, and she's showing us the house. And then after we were leaving, we're all outside chatting. And she said, "That little Jeep, what is the name? What's the name of your Jeep?" And I said, "I don't have a name for the Jeep." And I said, "But if you have an idea, I'd love to hear it." She's like, "Ooh, okay, I'll think about it." So the next day, I see her in the temple after a service we were doing or whatever we were doing. We're walking out, and she says, Jenny, I came up with a name." She said, "But no pressure. If you don't like it, it's no big deal." I said, "Oh no, what is it?" And she said, "Do you know Ganesha?" I said, "Of course." Ganesha is the elephant goddess in the Hindu um, tradition, and and Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. That's what this deity represents. And Ganesha is known to ride this rat or a mouse. And she said the rat that Ganesha rides, its name is Musaka. And that's what I see your Jeep. And I said, "Oh, perfect. Musaka." So very soon after that, I bought a little tiny um, golden Ganesha and put it on my car my Jeep right there so I could see it. And then our dear friend Linda got me a sign that says Musaka, like a
Oh,
metal,
that's so cute.
for my birthday. And we just put it on the Jeep. So now it says Musaka on the side of the Jeep.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Thank
I
you,
love
Ashna
that.
Swami.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, she has to see that.
Yeah, she will. I almost took a photo of it and sent it to her, but I didn't do it yet. I have to check
Yeah,
that out.
to
Yeah.
get that moment.
Yeah.
Then okay, so we have had also, which was so exciting, we did the contest for our 25th episode, and the sweet Tammy Prendergast Stalker won, and that was so meant to be because
Yeah.
that was such a good episode. I
Mhm.
mean, we even know some listeners who've gone on to become clients of her since then. I
Mhm.
mean, she really touched a lot of people. And
Mhm.
in her way, like in her Tammy way, which is what I really loved. She did it in she's so authentic to who she is.
Yes. Yes. It was so beautiful to have that inspiration. And again, it's like that daily life bringing in a deeper meaning to your practice, whatever it is. Whatever you do in your world, can you bring in a deeper meaning? And because really, ultimately, everything is sacred.
Yeah, and
It's
she's serving the community.
absolutely. So that sacredness, if you can cultivate that by remembering that everything is sacred and seeing everything as sacred, then there is no separation between maybe your spiritual life and your everyday life. There's no separation there. It's all the same. And that's what I feel is important for us to remember, that it's not this separate thing. Oh, here's my meditation practice, and then that's done, and now I'm going to live my life. It's all intertwined.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Living with purpose, living in the present moment, being here now is a practice of mindfulness, and it can be a form of meditation, because meditation is all about connecting with your divine source that lives
Mm-hmm.
within you in the greater reality, which you do need to sit in stillness and really hone into that, and ultimately living that out every moment of your day, seeing the divine in everything, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I feel like her message was all about community, strength, and and wellness, obviously.
Yeah.
And I liked her story about, it's all about teaching longevity of wellness, not just like right now, like what I'm doing, I want to affect me in 10 years, the older version of myself. So what she's doing is just really important. I love it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
And then we had Karen Kubiko, which
Oh, yeah.
was really cool. We got connected to her, thankfully, thanks to our beautiful cousin, Christy Sipinski, who, you know, went on a little leap and shouted out to us, "Hey, you might want to talk to this lovely woman," and we did, and it was really cool.
Yeah, she's
She's gifted.
she's an interesting character. I loved her personality. I loved her connection with source, and the way that she can communicate with her guides and gain information and share. And she's on that mission too, of like spreading light in the world. This is what it's all about. I
Yeah.
mean, people who are sincere, sincerity is everything. And when you're sincere in your work, whatever it is, and you really want to help the world and help others,
Mhm.
that's power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was powerful.
And for anyone who has any questions about, like, spirituality, and when we talk about the angels and all of that stuff, I had a session with her prior to our, we both did separately. And for me, my session was completely different than yours because we're not on the same path, right? We're different. And she really broke it down. I mean, she shared her screen with me. She showed me a chart to show me where the angels are. And I was like, and then she showed me the chakras. So if anybody really wants to delve in, book a session with her and just say, hey, listen, I heard that you can really teach me about the chakras and about the angels and the levels. And it was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
It
I
was good.
liked that a lot. A
Yeah.
lot.
Agreed.
And then we had Stephen Ross,
He
your dear soul brother.
is. Yep.
Yeah.
Soul brother, teaching partner, I mean, we are so very in sync. I think our work together has just been amplified when we come together. Individually, our work is great, and then in together it amplifies. And he is such a light and a gift, and I am so grateful that we are working together. Yeah.
I loved his softness.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like he's like a spiritual Care Bear. I mean, honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like, he'd give you the best hug if you needed it. Yeah, there was a softness about him that I found so refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's very soft and tender.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aw.
I love him. Mm-hmm.
And then we went on to Christina,
Yeah.
and that was, I mean, that was just watching the two of you work together was so cool.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
so cool. And seeing you channel and Christina having the idea to, hey, let's invite this on here, and you saying yes, and then the two of you working together, it was beautiful.
Mm.
I could also listen to her talk all day.
Yes. She is someone that is very engaging, and
Very engaging.
yes, I agree. There are some people who just have that magnetism of you want to hear more. You just can't stop listening. And
Mhm.
that is her for sure. And she has been such a blessing, of course, in my life because she
Mhm.
is the person who really opened this whole thing up for
Yeah.
me.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how else it would have happened. I feel like it probably would have in some way because it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But it was Christina, and I think her and I have had this soul contract to do this together in a certain way.
Mhm.
So she's quite incredible. She's starting our YouTube channel for the
So
channeling.
exciting.
Yeah,
And
it's going to be great.
and for anyone who maybe missed it, go back, and she does Reiki, and you can get sessions with her. Go to christinacrow.com. I believe that's what it is, correct? And I don't have my notes in front of me for that, but it is spelled Christina without an H, and Crow is CROW.
Yeah.
Um, and if you missed that episode, I highly recommend going back. It was so good. Um, and then we finished off our season 2 guest list. There's a little friend here with Case Erickson.
Yes.
That was fun.
He is a hoot. He's a blast. It is an honor to be his friend and to watch his journey. I mean, we all have these unique journeys, of evolution and aha moments and growth and contraction and expansion and all the things, and to be able to be a part of someone's life in that way, in such a deep way, because me, I don't have shallow relationships. My relationships are deep,
Yeah.
and we go there. I can't do it any other way. And I'm very grateful to have such incredible people in my life that are willing to go deep with me and to just work with ourselves in a way that's very real and practical and conscious. And yeah, I was so happy to have him on because he is as a joy. He's a joy. He is
Mhm.
such a light and so magnetic. He's magnetic. And I really enjoy his presence. Yeah. I'm glad you
Yeah.
got to experience him in that way.
Me too. His stories coming through, all that he did, and the laughter that he brings with it. You know me, my favorite thing to do is laugh. So the fact that he could bring that laughter and mix it in with all of it just kind of makes everything better.
It lightens it all up, I
Yeah.
mean, laughter is a very spiritual practice.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done stand up. He's done more than we've even been able to talk to on the show. And I can't wait to have him back because when his new book comes out, we
Yeah.
need to have him back and he needs to talk about the reality TV show he was on. I mean, he was on a reality TV show, which was one of his dreams. It came true. He like we all can manifest our
Yeah.
reality. And we need to take reins of that, take ownership of that. And I could go a little bit into that because I want to share that just over the weekend, I was looking through a box that I have, and I found this. It was a drawing with, a pencil drawing of this land, and it had a temple on it. It had a house. It had gardens. It had
Wait, this
this.
sounds familiar.
It had all these things, and I looked at it, and I took it to my husband, and I said, "Look at this." And him and I did this together probably 8 or 9 years ago. And he said, "Oh my gosh, that's our place now. That's our place now." I said, "I know. Look at this." I mean, it was mind-blowing. And this, you guys may have heard about vision boards, right? That was a big thing a while ago. Everybody was talking about vision boards. And the reality is they work. And they're going to work, especially if you're tuned in to your higher self and you're tapped into what is drawing you. What are you drawn to? What do you really want to create?
Yeah.
And put it out there, not thinking how you're going to get there. I mean, we had no idea how that would ever come into fruition, but that's not the point. It is putting out to the universe what it is that you want to create, trusting that, letting go, and then moving forward with your next steps, however they look, to create. And so seeing that the other day was, again, confirming once more, of how powerful we are as beings. And, we just had a second meeting with our builder who's going to build our temple on our property. And it's actually happening. And I am blown away by it. Blown away, because to think where we started, really, like Dave and I, came from nothing. We didn't have any financial support in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And building and doing our thing, just building and doing our thing, slowly working on ourselves, working on everything in our lives, it starts to change. And I think it's slowly moving beyond my wildest dreams. So I don't know, but if I can manifest it, anybody can manifest it. We all can manifest.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that let's talk about season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
What I've learned.
Okay.
How I've grown.
Let's talk.
Yes. I have definitely, I may be repeating myself, but I think the biggest thing, because it's really, really hit me, is going within. The answers are all within. Being still, still listening and going inward and staying present. I always knew staying present, but now it looks different. It really looks different. It's really about staying present and conscious of what you're doing, being present. I'm being present. And also learning that the thoughts in your head are not you. You are the who's listening to the thoughts in your head. So there's just so much that I'm learning throughout, having these conversations and listening. Of course I'm co-hosting as well, but I'm listening. And it's been such a blessing to do this. I'm having so much fun. And when I say I'm having so much fun, it's because I feel happy. I love getting on here, and I love meeting new people and hearing stories. It's just so wonderful connecting with people, And then when we don't have people, you and I connecting and having these deep conversations, and it's been such a great experience for me. And I just can't wait to keep going.
Yes. Wow, that's so great, Susie. So I love to hear what you're learning. And I have to say, listening for you, I know is new to some degree because you have always been the talker, which is fine and great. You know, you're a
It is
talker.
not new from the podcast. It's been new for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
It has
Yes.
been new for a couple of years. Yeah.
Even that, just a couple of years, you know, we learn when we listen. We don't learn when we talk.
Mm-hmm.
And really being present with somebody who's talking is very different when most people, when someone's talking, the other person who's receiving is thinking, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? And they're not fully there engaged.
Yeah, you can tell too.
They're half listening and they're thinking about their next response. And absolutely you can tell. And
Yeah.
so learning that art of listening is extremely important for spiritual growth.
Yeah.
I've been listening my whole life with my clients, and you know, I listen so much more than I talk, which I
Oh,
actually enjoy.
yeah. Of course. Yeah. So we were going to go back. I said, "Hey, wait a minute. Let's go back." What was it?
Yeah.
It was
We were talking about, I believe, the first guest
fear.
and change. Yes. And you wanted to talk about your change and what you're doing and the fears that you're facing right now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be open book here.
What's
So
happening?
I am, here's what's happening. So I've got my youngest is Zane, and Zane just started first grade. And when he was in kindergarten, we don't have full day kindergarten here. It's half day. Like my oldest had a full day kindergarten in LA, but that's different here. So I have been staying at home, mom, doing all of my creative things, sure, but not having a regular job. And because I've been focused on fully that. Well, now I found myself that I have all this time during the day, Monday through Friday, and I would like to be a contributor to the family and do something with my time. So of course I'm like, the creative in me is like, I, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do something that I feel is going to suck my soul, make me feel unhappiness. If I'm going to do something every day, so I came up with a little side hustle idea, and I am going to go for it, but it is scary because here I am putting myself out there in a different light that no one's ever seen me before, offering a service and thinking, who do you think you are? Jack of all trades, master of nothing. What are you doing? Like, this is a joke. You're a joke, blah, 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 blah. And all that talk is in my head. And I keep having to go, stop, stop. Because what am I really doing? I'm really trying to be creative, which brings me joy. And most importantly, contribute to my family. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that? No. So why are you allowing all this banter and worrying about what are people going to think? Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, I never care. I never did, and I don't. So why is it all of a sudden she's caring?
It's a good question. Why do you think all of a sudden you're caring?
I think it's fear of failing, and that's it. It's definitely not fear of what do people think. So I'm actually posing that incorrectly. It's fear of failing because I really, really, really want to contribute to the family, and I
Mm-hmm.
really want to be successful at it.
Mm-hmm.
And and I put so much thought and stillness and listening, and this accidentally came into my head.
No, it didn't accidentally
I
come
know,
into your
that's why
head.
I went like this. And so I'm like, wait a minute. It made me feel happy. But I'm like, well, if I fail, then what am I going to do?
Let's talk about that word,
Which one?
because failure, what is that really? What is that really, really?
It's a
in
lesson.
reality.
It's a lesson. It's a shift towards something different.
It's just experience. Life
Right.
is only about experience. It's not about succeeding or failing.
Right.
You can't is the thing. You
Right.
can't. From the soul's perspective, there's no failure.
Yeah.
Not doesn't exist. It is simply experience. And
Yeah.
we try things and we do this and we do that and we see what works and we don't. And that's just fun. That's life, right? We put this pressure on ourselves from the ego's perspective that it needs to look a certain way. Success looks like this. Success means this. And we put ourselves in this box that creates this false reality that it needs to be this for it to be good. And that is not real.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, if I weren't in this situation right now, and somebody came to me and said, I want to do this, and I'd be like motivational speaker mode, like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You got this. But yet when you're in it and you're
Mhm.
having all that doubt for your own self, it's so much harder to be like, okay, that's just this, that's just that. So that is what I am going through right now. And I'm working really hard because I have had probably 3 times where I'm like, oh, squashed, not doing it. And I'm convinced. And then I come back and I'm like, oh no, you need to keep working on this and you need to launch your little idea, your little side hustle, and feel good about being creative and contributing to your family, which will make you
So,
feel proud.
mhm, mhm. So working with the thoughts is the first step, and that's vital, right? Working with not listening to the voice inside of your head, the ego part of you saying all the negative things, right? You have to look at you see it more clearly. Like step back, okay, I hear you, but I'm not following you. I'm not believing you. I'm trusting in this drive that I have and this knowing that there's a service here that I can provide and that I want to provide. And the most important thing is you have to believe in yourself
Yeah.
and you have to see the outcome. So like I said earlier about the drawing of the land, we just put it out there and we let go, right? But you put this out there for something like this that you're creating. You ideally would be ideal for you to visualize what this looks like. And I'm going to use the word successfully, how it will breed success, but how you will serve people
Yeah.
and seeing and feeling people excited about your service and can't wait for you to help them. And that exchange of energy is
You
vital.
guys, I love this. I love that.
It's true.
And I don't know. Yes, I love that. That is what I'm going to do. That is where my focus is going to be on, is of that, because that is where I fear of the failure is I love making people happy. I love helping people. So what if I fail at that? And that's where it's like, so now that's going to be my vision, is seeing the people in my meditation and seeing them be joyful and seeing them excited to see me back. And oh, she's going to help me. And thank you so much for helping me. And then I'm going to feel good because I helped them. And at the same time, contributed to my family. Oh, it makes me want to cry.
It's absolutely possible.
Yes.
And here's the thing, it's already done. It's already there. It's already happening.
And it's
And
like,
so
it's weird because I feel like it's not my dream job by any means. It's just a side hustle that I want to do and be successful at. And so I get very mixed up in my thoughts, like, but this isn't your dream. So you're wasting your time thinking about that when you should be thinking about your real passion. And this is just interfering. And so then I get all those weird, confused thoughts. You guys, I am
slow
opening up.
slow it down.
Yeah.
Just slow it down.
Yep.
And here is what it is always for everyone. I don't care what you do in your life, what kind of work you do. Think of being of service to whomever you're serving,
Yeah.
whatever population, whatever. I don't even care if you're sitting behind a computer all day. You're serving someone. You're doing something that is contributing in some hopefully very positive way to
Right.
society. It doesn't matter what it is. And so I've had to learn how to do this a long time ago because promoting was like feeling like self-promotion. And I
Yeah.
had to turn around and say, no, no, this is not about me at all. This has nothing to do with me. This is simply a, an act of service that I can provide and I am here for and need to provide. And this is about the service in of itself. It is not about me. It is not about you. It is about your service. You're providing someone else and that you're bringing joy to their life, ease to their life, whatever it is
Right.
in any way. And so you take yourself out of the equation. And then you can promote all day long because it's not about you.
Oh, I love the spin.
It's the truth, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not even a spin. It's looking at, yes, it's looking at it from that other perspective and
Yeah.
not about success or failure. It is an experience. And if you can provide some ease to people and some joy, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that you share what you're going to provide. Share, what are you doing? What is your idea?
Oh. Oh, right. So I was thinking about, well, I am thinking about creating a side business where I will do your shopping for you, your wardrobe shopping, your personal stylist. So I know that a lot of women don't have time, or they don't have they don't enjoy shopping, they don't have time to shop, or they really need help with styling their outfits and they just don't have a knack for it and they wish they did and I wish somebody could help me and I don't know anyone. Well, I would like to do it for you because it is my favorite thing to do. Like, ask me to do, put your clothes together, pick out your, I am from head to toe, I got you. And I just think it would be so much fun. And I do think it would be very helpful.
Yes. Well, just look at what you've done for our mother. Over the
Yeah.
years, you will go shopping for her. You'll pick out, for things, you'll pick out clothes, you'll pick out cute outfits, and she always looks absolutely adorable. And it's
Yeah.
all, you just do it. You're very stylish. It's a perfect gig for you. And and Suze, I would just want to encourage you not to play it down like, oh, just a little side hustle. You have no idea. You have no idea what this could be. So I don't want you're already like keeping it small in your head. I would just encourage you not to use the words of side hustle or this little tiny thing I want to do. Stay open, sister. It can be, who knows? You don't know what doors are open and what is meant for you. If you just put out the right energy and you trust, magic can happen. And it does happen all the time.
Yeah. And so my children have been calling me hip since my almost 20-year-old was 2. And
Mhm.
they don't even, my older 2 they don't even use the word mother ever. They only call me hip. So I'm calling it hip styling.
It's so perfect. That, when I saw that and you sent me the image on text, oh my gosh, Susie. I was like, see, it's meant to be. I mean, that couldn't be more perfect. I absolutely love that so much. And I mean, dude, I'm saying dude. I love saying dude sometimes. Dude, I would, if I would hire you in a heartbeat. I know you know my style and you would pick out clothes for me in a heartbeat. I mean, but I don't need to hire you because I already know you would do it for me for free. But I would hire you.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I really encourage people because if you look at anything Susie promote, like if she's on anything, she just looks perfection I mean, you take very, very conscious care of your image, your look. And I love it. So even if someone's looking for a new look, like imagine, because I know for me, I've gone through these different kind of stages of what I wear,
Yeah.
And sometimes, when we shift and change in our energy field and our consciousness expands, we tend to shift how we physically look, just naturally, subconsciously.
Yeah.
And sometimes someone's getting a new job and they have a new kind of profession and they have to look a certain way, but they don't know how to do it. I mean, they don't know where to start. That's a great source right there. Like a great little
Yeah.
niche. Like if you're, if you want a new look, if you're looking for something different. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And it's also very much so important to me that people know that I'm all about making you look like your best self. Like I'm not trying to get you to like see my style and be like, oh, I would not wear that. Because I would never put my mom in 4-inch chunky knee-high boots that I wear. Like I've never went there with her. Like I want to make you look like the best version of you and so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Of
just be careful there.
course. Of course. You're not trying to clone yourself with other people and like no, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And so how are you aware yet of how this looks? And you know what? Like not only that, I think it's not even important as much as what do you feel is important about presenting yourself in a certain way? Like what is important? Why is it important for people to have this service? Why?
Oh. Well, first of all, when you look your best, you feel your best. And that is just true. I mean, I'm a firm believer, like if you, no judgments at all, but you know, my husband works from home. Get dressed up. Don't all, I'm not saying in a suit, but I'm saying, sure, there's days where he's chilling in a sweatshirt, but at least 3 days a week, he wears a button down shirt and he makes sure that because he feels it. And you can see that sense. But if he were all week to just sit there in sweatpants and a t-shirt, he would feel a different type of way. And maybe his success would look different as well. So I just think that when we take the time to care for ourselves, and this isn't about vanity, it's about how we feel when we take the time to iron our shirt, to just feel our best. I mean, listen, I get caught up during the week momming. I know I'll work out and then I'll keep those workout clothes on maybe a little longer than I should. You know what I'm saying? But I try to like at least make it something that's cute. Maybe it's a pink workout shirt and so I feel a little bit better. Like stuff like that. So, yeah, I just think you feel your best and then you are your best when you feel better.
Yeah, I think that's really an important point to make because this isn't a shallow service you are offering. It's something that is powerful and it does affect their energy. And so we being put together is uplifting in energy and frequency, which
Mm-hmm.
is the whole point of our power, right? Empowering ourselves to know that when we look good, we feel good. When we take care of ourselves, we feel good. And yes, I'm glad you said that. I think that's really important because the service you're providing is quite spiritual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, everything is sacred. Even the how we take care of ourselves is sacred because this physical body is our temple here, and it keeps us in this matrix and keeps us engaged in this world,
Yeah.
and we need to honor it and take good care of it. Yeah.
You guys, again, being in total open book, just hoping that this resonates with someone and someone is like, oh my gosh, I've done that. But this conversation is so important that we're talking through this, because Jenny and I could have 100% and would have 100% had this conversation offline. Like 100% we would have. But I'm glad that we're sharing it here, because this has been truly bigger than I thought for me, in terms of really doubting myself in a big way. That, yeah, yesterday I came home from Zane's football practice. I was wearing sweatpants and walking laps. And I came home to change my clothes to take a shower. This has never happened in my entire life. My legs were full of alarming blotchy rashes. It was the stress. I was walking those laps. The point of me saying that, I was walking those laps, talking about this business, thinking about this business. Reed was running, so when he would meet me, I would talk with him, and then when he was running, I would think. And I think I got myself, so I had hives like all over my legs. Yeah. Never has that happened to me before. And
Well,
I was
this
like, okay,
is
you gotta fix this, sister.
right, because it is truly our stress affects our physical body. I talk about this all the
Yeah.
time.
And I instantly knew it.
Of course you did. And so it's a good reminder. You know, we have to control our thoughts. We have to get ourselves in a place where we are calm and in control of our inner world, and not let these fear-based thinking dictate our life. And a lot of people are in that place. I know a lot of people are in the fear place because of our world, what's happening in our country of the United States, and all over the world. All over. This is not just the United States by any means. It is worldwide. There is global chaos. There is global upheaval, global fear, and there is global light that is even more powerful than the darkness. And so keeping yourself in the place where you're not in fear, but you can be in peace, you can at least be calm, or something that isn't just flailing off the handle and then creating all more chaos. You don't want to feed the chaotic timeline.
Right.
So with your hives, it's like, whoa, oh my gosh, this was from stress. It was because you were overthinking and you were worrying. Getting out of that and saying, no, 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 I'm here to be of service. This idea came to me for a reason. This feels really fun and enjoyable. I'm going to go for it. What is the worst that happens? You get no one to serve? Okay, no big deal. Not a big deal. Pivot and you think of something else. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that when you start putting this out there, people are going to be drawn to it. There's definitely a large population, I think, for this, especially in your area and even across the country. I mean, this would be really great for a lot of people. And is this exclusive to women?
I never thought about it. Reed did bring it up to me. And when he did, I literally just said, I never thought about it. And then I never continued to think about it. I mean, I would be very open to shopping for men as well. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to get clear on your marketing.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you can choose to be open to both and say that very openly. I mean, we could go into this whole thing, I've started many businesses, as you know. This is, I'm on number 4. And I would say very successful in exactly what needed to happen. I mean, they weren't like, it was an evolution. It was like, oh, I've outgrown this. Oh, I've outgrown this. I've outgrown this. I mean, I've literally outgrown them. It wasn't that they didn't, and we could say succeed or fail. It's not about that. It was like, okay, I'm moving on. I've gotten what I needed from this. I've served what I needed for this. And so I'm saying this because I could go into the whole thing about how to start a business and what, that's a
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah.
story. But if anyone has an idea and they feel called to do it, to follow through with it, please don't be afraid. Just
Yeah.
try.
Well, now that we're opened up about what it is, I'll say what I kept telling myself in my head was, who do you think you are? An overnight stylist? Like, get a life, sister. Like, what? And that was just sitting in my head. Who do you think you are? An overnight stylist? And then I would be like, but you can style people and you love the idea and you've done it. Like, I've done it for other people. I just have never provided a service, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I've had like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I love this. And, I feel so good and you're so good at this, Yeah.
Yeah, this is not new, Susie. I think you are a professional stylist anyway. You just have been doing it for yourself and for a few people here and there. But this is a good point though. You say, who do I think I am? This is a very common statement for anybody who's in this position you're in right now. It is very common, and people, you've heard the term like fake it till you make it and play the part, whatever, all these things. Look, we're all doing our best. We're all trying to live a full life and help other people and do all these things. If you think about it, if you can think about it and it comes to you, it's for you. There's a reason why you're drawn to it.
Yeah.
And this question, who do I think I am? I think everyone needs to really think about that. Who do you think you are? Who are you really? You are a divine being of light. Truly, 1000%, who is a part of this great reality, who is here to manifest, to create, to enjoy, to be entertained and entertain. All of that.
Right.
So yes, you are exactly perfect to do anything you want to do. There are no limitations.
That's pretty badass. When you think about it like that.
The limitations are only false that you're putting on yourself. They're not real. There
Yeah.
are no limitations. That's the matrix that the Maya, the veil that we're under, saying, oh, who am I? I'm nobody. I'm no one. I'm nothing important. That's a lie. You are important. Everyone is important. Every being on this planet is important and is a part of the whole and has a very important role to play. Know that. Everyone, please know that. That's huge. That's everything. And if everybody got that, oh my gosh. And this isn't ego. This has nothing to do with, look at me. No,
Right.
please don't understand. This is about your divinity. You are a part of the great reality. And your expression, your impressions matter. They are all a part of it. So don't play small. No one plays small. Do what you can to put out the best energy you can. And playing small, I'm saying within yourself, oh, I don't deserve, or I'm not good enough, or who am I? And I don't have enough education, experience, blah, blah, blah. No, that's a lie. We put ourselves in this box. Well, I need more of this and I need more of that. And I don't have enough of this and I don't have enough of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I used to be in a little bit. I would do all the training. I do so many trainings. I get all these certificates. It was never enough. And one of my friends said to me one day, when are you going to stop doing taking all these courses and all this stuff? I said, well, I like to learn and I'm getting, you already know. You know everything you need to know. Which, know everything I need to know, but you know what I mean? Like the work doing, right? Because it's always learning.
Yeah.
But it's true.
I was just listening to something this morning when I was making the beds. And it was just like that, saying, you go to first grade, how we're structured. We go to first grade to get to second grade, to get to third, to get to fourth, and then it goes on, and then you go to high school so you can get into college, and you go to college so you can get the job, and then you have the job, and you to get to retirement, to then you get to retirement, and that's supposed to be bliss, and you're already 65.
Yeah.
Like, what? Wait, why aren't you consciously observing when you were in first grade? Now you're 65 and you're, like, it was just it just sounded exhausting, like such an exhausting life to look at it in that terms instead of being consciously present. And I'm in first grade, not to get to second grade, because this is where I am right now. It was just, I don't know. I like the way that it timelined it. It made me feel like, oh, I don't want to think that way. I don't want that push. Yeah.
That's future thinking. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And very, very, what's next? And you're not enjoying, it's the journey, not the destination. The journey is what we need to focus on, because we're on this journey.
Well, this journey of Sister Sessions has been so great as we wrap up season 2. And here we are at the end of season 2. You are a channel and I'm a stylist. Who would have ever known? Look at us. Just in 2 seasons. What are we going to do in season 5? I know, I'm just joking. Revealed.
I know, I want people to know. Yeah, revealed. That's not
revealed. Yeah. But that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, evolution continues, and we'll see. And that's what's exciting, I feel about life, is that you never know what's going to happen next. And curious to see who we will be in 5-10 years from now. How will we be showing up in the world? Oh, that excites me.
It is exciting. So, like we always say, we love you all. We're so grateful for you. Thank you for letting me be an open book. And Jenny, thank you for, just doing nothing but coming from pure love. And I love you so much. And we have already lined up guests for season 3. Yeah. We'll be taking a break next week to pause. Jenny's doing a retreat. Do you want to quickly talk about that?
Yeah, I'm holding a retreat. It's fully booked. It's in Nevada City here, where I live, and I'm co-leading this retreat with Melinda Rothaus, who will be a guest on our show next season. She is she's incredible. She's a PhD in mindfulness and creativity. She's written books. She has a podcast. She is a musician. She's a singer-songwriter. I mean, powerhouse. So her and I are leading a retreat, and I'm very excited about that, which is just, coming up around the corner next week. Oh my gosh. And and I'll be holding more retreats soon, of course, but this one is full. Yeah. Very excited.
Awesome. So great. Yeah. Okay. Anything you want to say to wrap up the season to our listeners?
Just thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening and being willing to engage with us, because, life is about community, and learning from each other and supporting each other. So we appreciate your support so much. And I feel very blessed to be able to do this with my wonderful dear sister. Love you. All is well.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Sister Sessions podcast. If you found inspiration in today's conversation, we'd love it if you shared the episode with your besties, family, or even your favorite neighbors. We'll be back next week with more to share, but until then, remember, meditation is the key to unlocking your inner peace. All is well, friends. See you soon.